Hello, everybody. By which I mean Wi-Fi and Totis. Thank you for the first Wi-Fi. Oh, cat, calm down. And Totis, Crazy Taxi, we shall see. Hello. Welcome back. How are you all doing? I hope you are well. Well, I know how Wifey is. She's downstairs. How are you doing, Totis? Third. I love your optimism. To be fair, I think the cat got second. I just moved him off my lap and he just literally came running onto it like, no, love me. Ugh, get off, hefty one. Right. Yeah, it's been a little while since we played. So not Crazy Taxi. I was reading that and I was about to say it. Night Call. And my throat is feeling all right today, so we should be all right. It's only going to be a short one because I left his dad. I know. Tired, but okay. How are you? I'm very well, thank you. Actually, I'm doing all right. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear you're tired, but of course it is the end of the day. I guess that's to be expected. And it is the end. I mean, Jesus, Thursday. One more day can't be so bad, can it? Really? We're nearly there for the weekend. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So we haven't played it for a while. I thought we'd come back. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's it. It's only going to be relatively short because I don't think I will get two nights out of this unless something really, unless it does go kind of crazy. But the way the narrative is happening at the moment, it seems to be we only get sort of like one in there because of the amount of like long chats and conversations and so on. So we'll see. Maybe I could try and power through a bit quicker. I still have no idea how it's going to work out. I say this every time, but it's more gameplay is not revealing any more hints to me as to how we know we're completing the mystery, how we get there. I don't know. So we'll see. I guess we'll see. Anything else to say? No, not really. To be fair, it's been pretty quiet. It's only been a couple of days. Things are going well. So let's get the game going. We might as well. I can't let it sit in the background because it makes noise, even when I'm tabbed out. So it's one of those I have to load up. So let's look out for the frame rate to drop drastically. Let's see, hopefully I can hook it up pretty quickly. There we go. Back to my look. Spreadsheets to wrestle with. Fair enough. Thank you for the look. Much appreciated. I made the mistake of making a coffee just before I got here. It's the call of the night. See, every time I do it, I just get that. Continue. If I won't load, I'll probably load the wrong one. Every time I think of this game, because it's a taxi in Paris, I get Jola Taxi in my head. And I don't even really know the song. I certainly didn't know it when it was around at the time. It's just, I've heard it since, and it just stuck. And it's being such a simple tune, it's stuck in my head. Can't get over it. Show those spreadsheets, exactly. It's the spreadsheets. They're the boss. Night 5. Okay. I can't remember slightly what we did before this. Oh, yes. I do remember, however, when it loaded last time. I was like, oh, look at all these things we've done already. So who are the people? Petrol stations. So we have no new clues. We could probably pick up a newspaper if we go to a petrol station, which we don't need the petrol for, but, you know, that would be handy. As well as, have we got any of these? Oh, right, and this one is flashing for some reason. I still don't understand what that means either. Some of these are in silhouette only. Some of them are repeated, so we know that we've got to keep an eye out for certain characters, none of which are here by the looks of it, as far as I can tell. I don't recognise any of these portraits from the notice board. So let's just go to the one that's flashing, because I want to know what that means, if anything. Recall that Balzac was born in this street, or was it Zola? Or maybe Victor Hugo. Good to know. Piero Bataz, I'm too drunk to drive. Fair? Fair. $20. 20 euros even. Jeez. Sure? Will this explain why it's flashing? You pull up in front of the address that the central office gave you. Oh yeah. A crepe joint. Quite a popular one by the looks of it. By the looks of the line spilling out the door and onto the sidewalk. Of course, I've got to get into my reading reading out loud situation again, where I can actually read the words and say them properly. Craziness, I know. A creepy joint. It's just a Halloween toque. You sit for a moment, the door opens and a group of 30-somethings come out into view. I thought that's thirsty. 30-somethings come into view. All the men and women are dressed alike. Sporty, running shoes, jeans, small shoulder bags. There are officers from the Paris anti-crime squad in plain clothes. You sigh. They're brutish types. Ones who like to race, tackle, clobber. Ones who ruin the afternoons you spent wandering around Paris in your teens. Alright. After a bit, one of them pulls away from the group and comes over to your taxi. He opens the door and collapses into the back seat. You've discovered the 10% of the... Oh! 10% of Pasidex. Okay, interesting. He opens the door and collapses onto the back seat. He is stocky and of Asian descent. You see his muscles through the thick winter clothes. Okay. He smells like crepes and hard cider, and his face is bright red. Piero? I guess? Hey, what's up? I live near... Turns? I'm sorry if there's an accent on that. I have no idea what it would be. He chuckles as one of his colleagues rushes over to the taxi and pulls an imaginary gun from his coat. You calls, no! He points to his badge and screams at you with a big smile on his face. What? What a douchebag. The other cop eventually backs off and you drive away. Sorry, man. We were having a going away party for a colleague and celebrating Christmas too. No worries. Your passenger smiles, then puts his fingers back on his temples. I drank too much. Shit. Drank too much shit. Oh no. Even cops hate the cops, I know. That's when you know it's going really bad. I'm a lightweight and they knew it. I think they were trying to loosen my tongue. Alright. His behaviour changes abrupt, like he's just seen a ghost. One question. Yes? Do taxi drivers have some sort of policy or ethics code? What, like, you know, it's like a confessional. I'm not sure I understand. Like priests or doctors. If I tell you something, can you keep it to yourself? He starts speaking before you even have a chance to reply. I've been lying to my colleagues for years. Jesus. I joined the squad 8 years ago and they all think I'm in a relationship with a woman who lives in Strasbourg. And that we're going to get married. He makes a strange yelping noise, like an air bubble bursting on the surface of a river. I am trying to imagine that sound and it's not working. Shoot first and ask questions later and then it's gone. That's the police, remember, not the not taxi drivers. As soon as they get too close to Strasbourg, I start making up stories. Strasbourg. We've almost broken up 10 times. Jesus. I convinced them we're trying to have a kid, but it hasn't worked yet. He sighs. Fuck. Saying it out loud is just the worst. His eyes are getting shiny. Shiny? I'm gay. Oh, right, okay. A deep breath. We're getting married in a few weeks to my boyfriend. Another breath, longer, deeper. No one at work knows. Not a soul. So why is he telling us? Is he going to shoot us? No witnesses. The next sentence comes out in a rush. He holds his breath the whole time. Wait, how? I like men. I've always liked men. But I work in the police station and listen to their comments, to their jokes all day long. When we catch a guy who's never done time before, we tell him briefly what he should expect. Good for you, buddy. We talk about the violence, about the... Finally, he breathes in again. I say we because I'm in on it. Because I could say fag any time of day without any prompting. The word rolls off my tongue completely naturally. Fag. So that's alright here because it's, it's just a cigarette. He finally looks you in the eye. They're not mean. Who? He shakes his head. My colleagues aren't mean people. Do you know what? I used to say that about some of my colleagues as well. They're not mean people. They're just bigots. They're cops, not mean, just doing the job. He manages to flash a tiny, crooked smile. You know what I'd really like? He pauses. I'd like to have them over for dinner. Everybody on the squad. They could see my place. We could play board games, something normal, you know? And they could meet James. Well, wouldn't fiance be the word to put here? But whatever. Yeah. Takes a moment to think about your question. Yes, soon. He smiles at last, a genuine smile. Can you believe it? We're getting married in 2 weeks. After living together for 9 years. For 9 years he's been willing to live in a lie. He's English? Is that pertinent? I don't think it is. Does he hold it against you? No, he gets how it is. He snickers. He Mars bars. They totally are me. Yeah, exactly. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm just drinking my coffee while it's still warm. He's crazy about me, and I'm crazy about him. He knows I love my job and couldn't possibly do anything else. He Toblerones? Yeah. That's disgusting. How dare you mention that in chat? He loves me enough to keep me to let me keep lying. He slowly shakes his head. But I can't go on like this. I have to... He freezes. Shit, my head is spinning. I don't feel so good. Why am I telling you all this? Why? I think we have like some kind of special power. Transfer to a non-douchebag squad. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Do the job. But maybe not with those twats. If they really are that kind of people. You can't live like this for the rest of your life. He grabs onto the seat in front of him. Hey, can you pull over? You stop immediately. He opens the door and leans the top half of his body out. Oh no. Achievement left flick. He threw up. What was his name? Him. It just said his name and I was too busy reading the description. He throws up. There we go. You open your window to air out the greasy smell of fried crepes and the sour scent of cider. Oh. A moment later, the cop sits back up. Piero, that's it. Yeah, Piero. That's the achievement. What an achievement. Okay, I'm all set. I got it all out. Thanks. At least it was out the window, I guess. You start driving again. I'm sorry, really. As long as it's not in my taxi. It's alright. I hate all that. These sausage parties. Cheap alcohol. The lies. You nod while your passenger moans and quietly says, I'm sorry. Don't worry. He pauses to catch his breath. Shit, I haven't bathed like that since since last Easter. I'm glad he's keeping track. Maybe drink this South African liquor, something with cream and cocoa. Nasty. I can still picture it. I was doing shots where they shouted my name. Karate Kid. Right, okay. Alright. Can you rest yourself? Is that a thing? Sorry, I just got a message. And it's completely irrelevant. Karate Kid. Karate Kid? Because he's Asian? Or does he know karate? He seems uncomfortable. It's my nickname on the squad. Karate? Yeah. I was a judo champion, so Judo Kid would make sense, sure. And, yeah. So, Runs his hands along the side of his body like he's showcasing it for the Home Shopping channel. Home Shopping Network, sorry. So, Karate Kid. Yeah, I know, it makes no sense. It's racist. Well, yeah, a little, but at first, I didn't say anything. And now, I mean, I'm used to it. He stops suddenly. Everything's spinning again. Can you pull over? A repeat of last time, he opens the door, leans his head out, his torso, his arms. The sound that makes your stomach churn, so you stare straight ahead. Can I ask you a question? All my friends are assholes. Yeah. Yeah. More puke on the sidewalk. A little inside the vehicle. Okay, now it's getting personal. Right now? It's now or never. You hesitate as he painfully hiccups and burps on the back seat. Fine, shoot. He sits up, prompts you to drive. So, here goes. What should I do? Should I keep on keeping on? Should I confess? Should I invite them to my wedding and surprise them? Oh, don't do that one. He pauses. It's a long one. Be straight with me. What would you do if you were me? If you were in my shoes? I think you're being hard on yourself. You're hurting yourself rather than trying to solve the problem. You're not going to change your sexual orientation or leave your husband. There aren't a ton of alternatives. No, he shouldn't have to leave here. See, the answer shouldn't be leave the profession. It should be leave the people. Maybe he could just tell them and it would work out. Maybe when he says, top one, exactly, yeah. Maybe it's just a matter of come clean. And if he has to leave the job after that, then that's fine. But because if you think about it, if he gets a new profession, he goes work somewhere else, they're still going to see him and realise he's still hiding from them. Essentially, he's lying. And they're going to be like, hey, who's this guy? You know, and he's like, what's he going to say then? He'll still eventually have to tell them. So, yeah, you're right, top one. Tell them. Wow. I've got to tell them. He looks at you in the mirror. Can you take me somewhere else, if you don't mind? I don't mind. My colleagues are at a bar. I'll go see them. Tell them everything. Oh, God, while you're drunk? If I don't do it now, then I'll never do it. Your personal life, if you can't do that. Yeah, exactly. Just say, nothing to do with you guys. Bye. Excuse me. A smile of relief spreads across his face. It's not just the alcohol talking. Oh, that was a question. Yes. But I think it's about the 10th time I've gotten wasted this month. Jesus. You're right. I'm hurting myself. He gives you the new address. I need to tell them now. I feel terrible, but I think I'll feel better if I speak to them direct. His headache is apparently back and has knocked him out a bit. You're used to having drunk people in your cab, but actually the majority of your Saturday night passengers are drunk. I don't know how to tell them about all this. From the tone of his voice, you can tell he's a beginner to panic. He's beginning to panic, sorry. I don't think I'm ready. Should I turn around? Turn around. He scans your face, trying to figure out what you're thinking. You think that... It's your decision. Good, then. I want to go to the bar. He seems determined despite his shaky voice. I want to tell them about James. You're about to say something when he cuts you off. My mind is made up. He smiles briefly and you turn back towards the bar. For the remainder of the trip, your passenger is silent. From time to time, he massages his His headache is persistent. Exactly. The perfect decisions to make while drunk, yeah. When he sees you watching him in the rearview mirror, he raises a hand. Everything's fine. It's cool. He smiles like somebody slowly sobering up. Weariness replacing the alcohol. Stress taking over giddiness. You stop the car. Your passenger waits for a second. Then all of a sudden, like he's just woke up, he realizes you're at the bar. Already? Yep. He pays his fare, but is frozen in place. A piece of advice? Don't drink. I'd say don't drink any more. Pay the first round? What, you've got to buy them off? Tell them how you feel. I understand how that's going to go down, but I think it's the better option. Give them time. They shouldn't need time. You know. Just is. It's his life. Tough. Yes. Right. We know each other well enough. They should understand. In any case, he flashes you a grin. Thank you. I don't quite remember what I said, but thank you. Jesus. They make major life decisions, Tuss, based on advice of the cab driver you know for 3 minutes exactly. He jumps out of the taxi so quickly you'd think someone kicked him up the arse. You follow his stocky figure with your gaze. He goes into the bar, looks for his friends and waves. You drive off. Da-da-da. Okay, take our money. I wish we could look at the like the notice board, or at least have an idea of the people we're meant to be keeping an eye out for, because I'm not sure. This one here looks familiar, but I can't remember if we've just seen him before or whether he's on the board. None of the others look familiar, but they could be. Maybe they are, and I just don't remember. I think that's also the problem with having it the save point after you've seen that. The save point should be at the end of the day, so that you can see the evidence again if you need to, and then go into the new day. Not start the new day having seen the evidence last time you played, because I have no idea what it was. Well, no, I have a vague idea. Well, I'm not going all the way over here for this guy. I guess it would be one of the close ones. He looks familiar. I don't think he's on the board, though. In fact, actually, if I recall correctly, we're talking about between 2 people. One of which is an older gentleman, I think. Let's just go to her. She's closest. And maybe at some point we'll pick up a newspaper if we're near a petrol station. Alicia Klefts. Fair. €32. Jesus. Jesus, yeah, it's a long one. Okay, let's go. The woman getting in the cab looks fantastic. I've lost my inspiration. Every last drop of it. Come on, drive. You throw her very skeptical looks in the rearview mirror. Oh no, poetry? Yeah. I'll tell you when to stop. I am seeing a stream. Dead. A billabong. She stops talking. You hear a low guttural sound coming from her throat. A mantra. Billabong? A billabong. I must find a billabong. What? Okay. What's that? she. Oh, you're right. Oh, okay. She inhales, closes her eyes, and focuses. The voice drops, becomes more intense. Hello. Billabong, a dead river. Is that what a billabong? I didn't know that. There's one right below us. Drive, drive, I say. Start driving. You start driving. Funny enough. A few minutes go by before you realise your passenger is making a guttural sound. The sound resonates with the hum of the engine. Big pond, small lake. Have you tried drugs? I hear they can help. Basically a big pond or small lake. But is it a dead one, like a dried up one? Or is that just like a mistranslation or something? Once in a while, she changes notes, modulating and playing with the harmonics. Suddenly, she shouts, "Turn left!" Then, abruptly, as if she were following a path she alone could see, go down the boulevard. You drive for a few minutes, aimlessly. In back, your passenger is still singing. The meter is running, kind of ride that puts you out of sorts. You know, who knows when it will end. Yeah, I can imagine that's a little upsetting. No, they're not usually flowing water. I don't know if that counts as dead. Oh, okay. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, so it's sort of stagnant to a degree. Okay. His voice dropping interrupted. Sorry. Also home to bunyips. Not Billabong bunyips. That basically, that used to. I mean, she was joking, but that used to be my sister's Australian accent. She couldn't do the accent. She'd just go Billabong bunyip. That was it. I've offended the cat by walking near him. Yep. Beware the drop bears. No. The passenger squeals. Stop right here. Not a bit further. You brake. Yes. Yes. She whistles a high, loud note. I won't do that. The Billabong runs just beneath us. Its water flows no more. The black stream from my vagina has stopped short? Okay. Sentences I wasn't expecting to read and say today. The rumble of revolution. The water flows no more. All that remains is to clear away the remains. You stop the engine. You've already tried drugs. My apologies. Yeah. Silence fills the cab. Your passenger's low voice and the scratch of a pencil on the paper is hypnotizing. Oh, there's just no paper here. Okay. How many rivers have run dry? The water has left it bed and flows no more. Cartoon. Dot the kangaroo. Yeah. You feel something vibrate beneath you. Probably the metro. How I long to sculpt the clay and mud of life in this water that flows no longer. Thank you for your luck. Except the metro doesn't run this late at night. I plunge my calves in this water that flows no longer. I am calmed and refreshed by its coolness. She squeals so loudly it makes you jump. She then returns to a simpler, more natural tone. Thank you. This poem has been years in the making. I was only missing a few lines until tonight. I sensed the billabong I needed while walking down the street, like a Charon. Okay. A muse. She opens her eyes. You. When you're driving alone at night like this, what moves you the most? I'm never alone. I'm never alone. She shuts her eyes. Well, of course, true solitude does not exist. Simply pronounce the word solitude proves we are not alone. Pronouncing the word solitude because someone is listening. I see. I like that idea. I walk in the night on water that flows no longer. At my side are those who saw it run. A pause. Superb. A second later, she has left the cab. I knew I could find my inspiration on the path to the Billabong. She freezes. Your colour is marble. Ophicalcite? Never seen that. I have to find a copy somewhere. Oh, Dot and the Kangaroo. I vaguely know of it. I can't say I really watched it or know much about it. But I've heard of it. Never forget this. She says nothing more, passes you her fare through the window and walks away with purpose. You sigh and drive away. Okay. Well, we got a tip, so bonus, I guess. Jesus. Oh, is that our masked vigilante again? Bonus. Oh. She does look familiar, and she's got a flashing thingy-bobby. Alright. Gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon! Azimuth, hello! Thank you for that. How are you doing? I hope you are well. Enjoy your ad-free viewing. How's your day going? The jump scare the ball. That didn't catch me so hard, yes. Probably because this game doesn't require any real sound, so I've just got it turned down a little bit. I can, just hear background noise. That's basically it. I could turn it up a touch, actually, thinking about it, but it doesn't need a lot. But, so no, I didn't adjust the actual sound itself. I just had the volume down a bit. Okay, as long as I don't talk. Acid. Oh, no. How? Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Oh, I'm sorry, your throat's hurting. But that's okay. We don't talk here. We type. I do enough talking for all of us. But yeah, we're fine, thanks. Just doing some taxiing. Man, how busy it is. Yes, exactly. You pick up your next passenger in front of the Paris office of the medical examiner, the morgue. Oh, was she the woman who gave us the things before? Do we know her? When she gets in, you're surprised. How can she be a suspect? Wait, are the ones that have the flashy border, are they suspects? Is that trying to tell me that? It really hasn't explained this. I have no idea what it's going on. Typey. Her face, beautiful and soft, doesn't go with her clothing, her style, or her attitude. She gives you a dress and you start driving. Her voice is dry, frank, and she has an accent you have trouble determining. South American, maybe? She seems far away, lost in thought. A few seconds go by and she still hasn't taken so much as a look at you. Say nothing. You let her be. You keep driving. She watches the road, creasing her forehead more and more as time goes by. She's holding on to something. Pain, sadness, melancholy. You're not sure. You get the impression that as soon as you avert your gaze from the rearview mirror, she's watching you out the corner of her eye. Like she's waiting for something from you. Are you okay? She almost jumps out of her seat and looks like she wants to disappear. Claudia. Yes, everything is fine. That accent again. The one you can't place. Where's your accent from? My accent? She raises her head, surprised by your question. Argentina. Ah, Argentina. Are you the murderer? It must be breathtaking. Yes, it's quite beautiful. She takes a pause. Although it's been years since I've been back. Why? I prefer France. Don't look surprised, it's complicated. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but there is a dictatorship in Argentina. She lowers her voice a bit and it sounds far away. There was a military junta? My parents died. I don't think I could go back. France is just fine. It's a beautiful country. A smile flashes across her face but disappears almost immediately. France welcomed a great deal of South Americans in the 70s. Argentinians, Chileans, Bolivians. I'm sorry. No problem. It was a long time ago, 20, 30 years ago. She fell out the cab. It's the past. It's over. She pauses. Like it never happened. She grows teary-eyed. I sometimes wonder myself if a sad smile runs across her face like a shooting star. A second goes by, slowly, very slowly. Then the meteorite explodes. Your passenger breaks down. Oh, okay. I didn't see you with that with me then. Try to calm her down. Are you okay? She raises her hand to silence you. Between sobs, you hear her say something. Give me a minute. Please. Without a word, without the slightest noise, you slow down. The road passes by slowly, in no hurry. After a moment, she sits up. Can I ask you something? Here we go. Matt, sorry. I'm late. No problem. Matt's Law, it's fine. Thank you for dropping by. How are you doing? I hope you're well. We can't really call it late. Don't worry, there's not a lot going on. We're just taxiing people around, being all weird up in their business. The driving cab is such in common with daytime TV talk shows. I know. Crazy, right? This may seem like a ridiculous question, or at least a stupid one. Actually, it's completely stupid. You give her an encouraging smile. But I'd like you to hit on me. Okay. She blushes and immediately follows up. I mean, not for real, just for play. Like we're at a bar, like you want to buy me a drink. What is going on? Not surprised. Pressing the urge to work at some 40k Crusade stuff and instead force myself to work on boring trains. No! Boring non-40k Crusade trains. Can you imagine there's in some way like that? That might help. But I'm glad you're not so bad otherwise. She shakes her head. Forget it. It's stupid. Totally stupid. Accept. It's what we're here for. Sure. A moment of silence. She seems surprised. You didn't heard when you fell for heroin because you left a sizable crater on the sidewalk. Really? Yeah. You don't mind. I thought you would refuse. I just have a few rules, if you don't mind. Oh, now the rules start. Okay. First, I don't want to talk about Argentina, my home, my parents. Avoid the subject. She pauses. Does that work for you? You noted. Good. Second, I don't want to talk about work. I'm a medical examiner. Do you know what that is? Yes. I cut open dead bodies. I take out bullets, tumours, cirrhosis-filled livers. At first, people are always fascinated, but they quickly get disgusted. So nothing about work. Let's start, if you're ready. Okay. It's just like a little, let's just do a little improv work here. You're the better because you look like death. There's a cab like you doing at a woman like this. What? No, wait. You nod. We're in a bar. It's not very late. Not very late, but we're the only ones there. I'm alone at the bar, finishing a drink. I get up to leave. Okay, this is weird. Silence. Please, go ahead. Hitting on a passenger, this is definitely her first. Gotta find a good line, something that will set the tone. Oh, okay. Do you come here often? To your cab? Let's be bold. I like people who drink alone. They always seem so confident. She giggles. It's often just for show. Her voice is softer, her accent stronger. Confidence is always just a facade. True. She sits up a little and points to the imaginary bar next to her. Buy me a drink? Of course. How about a little game? Wait, a game within a game? What is going on? You look like a whiskey man to me. Something's strong, yet quite subtle. She tucks a bit of hair behind her ear. I could be mistaken, of course. And what about me? What is my kind of drink? She rolls the R on the last word. Drink. Ooh. Not stiff. Strong could be misconstrued. Playing a dude, playing another dude. Yeah, I'm a dude. Playing a dude, playing another dude. Cool. Well, I'm sorry, I've got the no work thing. What's your poison? Oh no! Yeah, don't give the game away too quick. I'm thinking she called us subtle almost, although she called it, I don't know. Do you do shots? Something subtle. What do you mean? On something special, you want to be surprised by life. She bursts out laughing. Aren't you good at this game? Hey. She gets back into character. Yes, that's it. That's it exactly. Read me like a book. She stares at you. Something about her posture in the backseat is different. Do you think time goes by too slowly? I do. We wait, we hold on, we get bored. I'd like it all to go faster, for things to speed up. Guess I might go on and take a stab. Surprised by life. With one of her patients sits up. Yeah. She relaxes and giggles. She's letting go. She looks at you expectantly. I like the way you laugh. Apparently, yeah. You do? That's an odd compliment. It's true. Thank you. She closes her eyes and stays that way for a little while. A smile settles onto her face, a warm, natural and uncontrolled smile. Then you go weaving as Elrond and a wig. Yeah, some of the portraits or such, they're not very flattering, are they, in this style? Three victims walking about. Which one do you kill first? Oh, I read that as Hugo weaving. Sorry. Yes, you're right. Not huge weaving. That is a hell of a wig. Thank you. You were perfect. Unusually kind. She nods slowly. A few charming words. I think I got what I wanted. Your passenger sighs contentedly. She seems happy, relieved. You pull up in front of the address she gave you. It's strange. What's that? There's something different about you. You're not like other men, as if... She hands you her fare and slips you a tip. Don't refuse it, please. It means something to me. You nod. Hope to ride into you again. You shiver. One last smile. Goodbye. She gets out of the cab. I'm not like other teenagers. I'm 51. You watch her until she disappears into the building. Wow, €10 tip. Nice. See, but... Right, okay, so she was flashing, and she is apparently a suspect. Although I don't think she's on the list of... Wait, is this 2 for 1? I don't think she's on... Don't think she's one of the ones we've narrowed down to an actual potential. Hello. Wait, where are we? Oh, we're right down there. Okay, yeah, we're just next to that. But I don't think the last one that was flashing, who was a bloke, like the gay cop or whatever, was he a suspect? They didn't mention him being a suspect. He was just flashing, and we did another story with him. We need more fares more than anything, because every time we do something, it's like, you've lost all your money here, so I'm going to just pick up the next one nearest to us. Shush. Camille Riviere and Anton Parmentier, my boyfriend and I headed to Vincennes? Jesus. Wow, that is a... No, hang on. Screw that. That is a huge one. Wait, she was further up before, wasn't she? No, she just moved and she still needs a taxi. She's still around looking for a taxi as well. Alright, let's go get a paper. I'm going to waste some time on that. I don't know if I just said I wouldn't, but I'm going to anyway. Passenger who enters your cab, slams the door and stares at you intently. Wait, we were... What? Oh, is this the policewoman? Can I help you? Ludovine. I don't know yet. Although the real question is, how can you help yourself? Get out of the cab. Do we know each other? She gives a sour laugh. Don't play innocent with me. If I were to say to you... Her voice is slightly raspy with an oddly metallic sound. October 27th. That's the date, the night of the attack. The night you... Could this woman be the judge? 10:46 p.m. No, the attack took place later. Does that ring a bell? You nod your head. Answer? Yes, it does, miss. Don't you miss me? Okay. Not another word. She waggles an accusing finger at you. Last October 27th. Jesus Christ. You were in this very cab, driving a fare, and you committed a crime. Did I? That's right, sir. A crime. Okay. Find out more. I spent the whole day working like an idiot for that rotten newspaper. Do you have any idea what I do for a living? Be dredging town crier? Teacher? Well, she said newspaper, didn't she? Say nothing. I'm a sub-editor, Mr. Taxi driver. Right, so she knows so much but doesn't know my grumpy sister on the last one. Yes, yeah, probably. Crime? Meth. I correct mistakes. That's a bunch of moron journalists make. There isn't a single one, not one, who knows how to write a proper sentence. I'd had it. Really had it. On the night of October 27th, you cut me off. What, like driving? I almost died that night. Oh, really? She grinds her teeth, you shudder. I crashed my car, my boyfriend's car, that is. The same guy who made yet another comment about women drivers. The neighbours called the police that night. I made such a scene. To think the guy dares call himself a feminist. Alright, Ziggy, you're in the way now. Come on, out of the way. She pauses for a dramatic effect as a disturbing smile spreads over her face. Interrupt her. I'm getting sick of this. And what does that have to do with anything? Everything! Her voice is suddenly noticeably quiet, almost fragile. The next day, no more boyfriend. No more car. I messed up a job interview with a major news outlet, a paper where people know how to write, where they follow basic rules of French grammar. Imagine if for just a minute I could have stopped correcting copy for a bunch of morons. She takes a deep breath. But all because of you, because of your cab. Everything changed the night of October 27th. Sad, faraway look comes over her. She's suggesting you cursed her. Well, everything fell apart because she crashed her car because we cut her up. I mean, if you... Taxi drivers are terrible, we know that, you know, because they drive all day and they act like they own the roads. They just get complacent and ruin things. But if you were, like, driving at any time and you cut someone up and they absolutely crashed because of you, ruining their car, would you just keep going? Maybe we are just a shithead, I don't know, but, you know. I wouldn't. Whether you, right or wrong, you know, you have to, you still just wouldn't leave people in that situation. Anyway, my life has never been the same since. But her voice is bursting with fury and hatred. Forced to go live with my mother while I went apartment hunting in this rotten city where tiny studios cost an arm and a leg. They crashed. They were obviously speeding. Well, it depends. I mean, if you cut them up and she just has to swerve to avoid you, she could have hit anything. But, so I mean, it depends how bad a driver we were at that stage. But, yeah, that's just crazy. So I started looking for you. A whole year? The back of your neck breaks into a sweat. You can feel cold, clammy droplets about to drip down your spine. I started asking around. I bribed one of your colleagues into giving me your number. Droplet of sweat starts sliding down your back. Ooh. Beat you to death with your own steering wheel. Then I found your address. Your first one, that is. You shiver as the drop reaches your boxes. Ew. But that's your business. What matters is, I did eventually get your other address. The real one. Droplets reached your tailbone. You started shaking. At first, I admit I was planning on going to your place. She shrugs her shoulders. Her voice has softened a little. Just maybe to spit in your face or something like that. And then I thought to myself, no, Ludovine. Maybe the guy deserves a chance. You never know. So you're going to apologize. Go on. Give it your all. Take your time. Take a deep breath. She breathes in deeply, then exhales. Like that. Tell her about the attack. How does that help? Trying to grab a dictionary in your pants, or you just happy to see me. I mean, that was a different fair, sorry. Apologise, but it looks like we're taking the piss, and I guess we would be. I want to know more details. Are we really in the wrong here? Or is this just a her side of the story kind of situation? Don't even remember. She could be making it up. Exactly. Although we had the option to look down, which suggests like, turn our eyes down, which sort of like suggests that we remember and there's a bit of, guilt there. Ask her to leave. What, we're going to start a fight? I mean, it seems like she's just very unlucky and had a really bad thing, and she's blaming it all on one situation immediately prior to all that shit happening. I mean, how serious was the car crash that she ruined her interview the next day? It totaled the car, apparently, but because of this, her supposedly feminist but misogynistic boyfriend left her. Well, you're probably better off that way anyway. So why are we telling her? I want to click this just to find out why we're telling her. What's it going to mean? About the attack will engage her general curiosity and distract her. Oh, maybe. All right, we're going to use this just because I have to know what the turnout is. I don't think it's the best option, but I want to know. I'm sorry, but I don't remember that night. True. Not memorable enough, huh? No, I've forgotten what happened that night. She freezes. A few minutes after I met you, I was attacked. Attacked by the judge, the serial killer. It's you. You survived. Yeah. A host of conflicting feelings flicker across her face. Doubt, surprise, anger, the desire to slap you. Then she falls back against the car seat, all her anger somehow gone. I didn't know. The police wanted to keep it all a secret. I didn't see the killer's face, and he didn't see mine. For my own protection, for my peace of mind. The newspaper where I work, they're looking for you. We have a reporter looking for you. The last few months have been difficult for you. Really difficult. Are you going somewhere? A faint smile and a nod. I'm good. This is what I suggest. I'm going to exit the cab. I'm going to go for a little walk in the cold to get my mind off things. And then, when I get home, I'll destroy all the information I have on you. Is that okay with you? I didn't realise you had that much more. Want to see my scars? Ooh, no. You nod yes. Thank you. This word echoes for a minute through the taxi. Your passenger reaches for the door. The door opens, then closes. You're alone in the taxi, your head spinning slightly as if you'd had a drink. Just one, but something really strong. You briefly try to remember that night. Nothing. Nothing but a vague impression of something behind you. The killer's silhouette, a fleeting presence. You shake your head. There's nothing more than before. If only you had turned around, everything would have been easier. If you'd seen the face of... All at once you start the cab. All at once you start the cab. Oh, thank you, Nightbot. Okay, we're all the way up here. I was trying to go to this petrol station. We're so far away now. I only wanted a newspaper. Right, well, let's go to this one then. Little spinning arrow. Not all at once. I know, yeah, piece at a time. You pull over and stop at a gas station. Not a soul in sight. The fluorescent light irritates your eyes, and the smell of pee is wafting from the space in between the pumps. Ooh, no. It's self-service here. You pay directly at the pump. The mini-mart over there, it must sell newspapers. The person behind the counter must see and hear things. Might be worth asking you a couple of questions. This place makes you nervous. All you wanted to get back into your warm cab. Shop. Walk into the mini-mart. The guy behind the counter looks like all the other guys behind counters you've come across in your lifetime. Yep. Oh. Scratch card? Cat, what are you doing? To get up under the windowsill, he has to climb over a couple of bags now. Yeah, I mean, we don't really want him to do that, but he's going to try anyway. So you just hear rustle, rustle, rustle every time he climbs up on. Pee is cheaper than gasoline, but I don't think miles to gallon is very good, no. Oh, you don't want a gallon of pee. So these are scratch cards? Buy a scratch card. don't know what that means. No go. Okay. Good to know. Okay, newspaper. Talk with clerk? I was wondering. You immediately bring up the serial killer. The cashier looks up, obviously excited by the topic. Oh, new clue? Good. Night, I guess. You nod and exit the shop. Okay, so we don't... He just gave us something. We don't see what that is until later on. Might as well fill up the tank. Oh, yes, I forgot. I have to click and hold. 36. Sure, that'll do. We pay at the petrol station, so that's already done. That's fine. Leave the gas station. Getting a taxi, drive away. Okay, so what do we got here? Okay, a bit of a waste of time, but let's read the newspaper. See what it's got for us. You pull a newspaper out of the glove compartment and start leafing through it. Eventually, something grabs your eye. Glance at the critique of the great Alicia Cleff's latest collection of poetry. Oh no! The critic seems convinced, but is curious to know what might have inspired her to write this masterpiece. You turn the page and stop. You read about a third of the newspaper. Keep reading. You stop reading, go back to a few pages. You thought you saw something. It's a rather enthusiastic article about a bar named Napo. You make note of the information with interest. In your line of work, that kind of thing could always come in handy. Only a third left to read. Read the whole thing, sure. As soon as you get to the page, you stop. Your instinct tells you to look at. It's an article about the recent police leaks incident that retraces another data leak. 2 years ago, a bunch of confidential police documents were accidentally released. Documents about Ronan Besson, Charles Beaugrain, and Simon Gorodisha. Jesus. The judge's first 3 victims. Okay. Intriguing. You shut the paper. It'll end up in the trash tonight. Exactly. We might as well get our money's worth out of it. You remember it's there. Otherwise, it'll spend the rest of its days in your glove compartment. Okay. See if we can't get another fare out of this. Anything really... Ooh, what is this? I mean, who is this really, I should say. You know, it's a really close-up image of someone. Not sure if this is a man or a woman. But they're the closest one. I tend to pick the closest one because it's a lot of travelling otherwise. Firemen are busy about around their truck. No fire in sight. Okay. Don't know what that means, but sure. Pere Lachaise, please. Jim M. Okay, it's a man. Fair enough. I have no idea how to pronounce the E with an apostrophe. I know. I'm sure it has a different name compared to just a regular E. I don't know how they change. A street, a little off the place. Etoile? Oh, Jesus, I don't know. Etoile? I don't know. Anyway, your client is pacing back and forth in front of a jazz club that's just closed. He raises his walking stick and hails your cab. A, like crepe. Right, yes, of course. Crepe. Crepe. Okay, right. I'll try and remember that. He climbs into the cab straight away. So it's not E because, of course, it's like Paris is an I sound. Is an I with an E sound. So is it Jesus. Lachaise Cemetery. I don't know. The northern entrance on the 21st arrondissement? On the 20th arrondissement. Jesus. Sure. The cemetery's closed. Well, he just wants to go to the northern entrance, so let's go. Sure. Another drunk passenger, perhaps, and yet this one's sitting up perfectly straight, walking stick across knees. His get-up reminds you of another night creature, a regular customer with a taste for young flesh, both men and women. Alright. Looks like they move in the same circles. Strange world of... Your passenger's insistent gaze in your rearview mirror cuts your musings short. Turn up the heat. We'd like to put on some music. Is everything okay? Say, I'm a little hungry, and you? No, I'm just off my break. What a pity. I would have asked you to share a little morsel with me. Are you perfectly sure? Are they a vampire? A vampire? No vampiring, please. No, exactly. Passenger tilts his head slightly to one side, an amused twinkle in his eye. Perhaps even hunger? Yeah, I'm sure. The ride continues in silence. Your passenger appears increasingly restless. He's fiddling with his walking stick, his eyes darting this way and that. Suddenly, he can't contain himself any longer. He lets out a growl. He breathes a theatrical sigh. What a pity. I'm absolutely famished. The ride continues in silence. Your passenger appears increasingly restless. He's fiddling with his walking stick, his eyes darting this way and that. Yes, you've just done this bit. You're in one of the narrow, one-way streets leading to the Gambetta Square and Père Lachaise Cemetery. The early morning delivery van ahead of you comes to a sudden stop. Good. The passenger flings open the door all at once and breaks into a run. By the time you get out, he's disappeared into the night. Bollocks. It's Père Lachaise. Right, okay. Apparently a famous cemetery. Yeah, makes sense. You stand there a minute and then, numb with cold, climb back into the car. Glance over to the back seat and discover a tear in the upholstery as if the surface of the seat had been clawed by a tiger. Turn the ignition over. God damn it. Wait, we made profit? He left us money? Okay. Good, I guess. Hey, okay. Now, with this tiny bit of energy, can we fit in another fare, do you think? Or do we have to go home? Because we got our vigilante here. I want to see more of what he has to say. Do you charge up front? Maybe. Maybe those... I know that we have a taxi company around here that does that in the evenings. I need a driver. Now. Xavier Tersev? Let's do it. Let's expend all our energy. Why not? You park in front of a large glass and metal building as huge as it is generic. From your taxi, you can see the entrance. A large glass door, a very long reception desk, and a sleeping security guard. Is it Batman again? It is, yeah. I think so, yeah. I'm pretty sure. You look at the time. Glance at your gas and oil levels. Your finger lingers on in front of the radio. Oh, the singular note just happening in the background. Turn the radio on, sure. You like what is playing on the first station that comes on. A thin voice is telling a nice story. Her rhymes are catastrophic. You're not a poet, but you guess each word before it comes. Who makes muse rhyme with amuse? Only then you realise you're tapping your foot to the beat of the song. You shake your head. Still no passenger in sight. You glance at the entrance. The guard is still there, fast asleep. He's so far gone, he's slowly slipping off his chair. Ever so slowly. Before he slips onto the floor. And still doesn't move. He's dead. A gunshot in the distance. Another, and the crackle of a series of small explosions. Windows shatter. D-E-D. Your passenger finally appears, comes out the glass door without a second thought and jumps in your cab. Drive, now! Your adrenaline steps on the accelerator. Go fast. I'm doing what I can. Faster, as fast as possible. He lifts up his t-shirt to expose a shoulder bag he's wearing underneath. It's a bomb. What? He lowers his shirt. Are you insane? On the contrary. Tonight, you and I are going to save lives. He is eerily calm. Would you mind just... He points a shaking finger at the radio. You turn it off immediately. Thank you. I need a moment to think. He lays his eyes on you, pauses, and like an orphan who wants seconds, dares ask, You happen to know where I can get rid of this thing? Oh my god. This speed or drive. Pick a film and stick to it. Panic. Don't panic. Panic. You don't have a plan. But you wish you went home now. Yeah. I just love the action of panic. And just get to choose. Just panic. You don't have a plan? No. Well, yeah, I had a plan. Ask you to come pick me up and ask you if you knew where to get rid of this thing. Chuck it in the river? Maybe. Especially since it's going to explode in just a few minutes. How many? I'd rather not say. Tell me now. 5 minutes. Your clock and your heart is currently beating at the same speed as a hummingbird's wing. Or rather, in 5 minutes, 1 minute ago. Or maybe it stopped beating. But the good news is that you just had an idea. The Seine. Yeah, there we go. The Seine? Why would you carry that around? If throw the bomb with the Seine, it won't hurt anyone. You don't think twice and turn sharply towards the river. How long until we get there? It's going to be tight. Okay, I knew you were the right man for the job. Can't get rid of a bomb. It's so difficult. He tries to smile. Your reaction lets him know he'd best keep quiet. The light at the end of the street turns yellow. Run the light. You keep driving right through the red light. No other cars in sight. Just you. The guy in back with a bomb. That was daring. You decide to leave it at that. The street you're on runs into an avenue. No light, no right of way, all good. But at the end there's a light. It's green for now. You put the pedal to the metal. I wanted to thank you. 50 meters to go, still green. You've been an incredible partner to have. Unwilling most of the time. He's standing there at the side of the road waiting for a cab until he went bang. True. 25 meters, still green. Drive full speed ahead into the next street. In the back seat, you can hear your passenger's tiny voice. You know where you're going? You reach the riverbank in 20 seconds at most. You pass a bus in the night. Whatever happens, a bunch of drunk guys cross the street. I want to say, you swerve around them. I think that after tonight, one of them falls backwards. I'm done with all this. You didn't hit him, you just had too much to drink. Good to know. I'm going to stop now. One last turn of the wheel and you're on the key. Brake pedal, handbrake, back door opens, your passenger simultaneously takes an acrobatic leap. Commando rolls and stands up on in a strange stance like a baseball pitcher. He throws the bomb in the Seine. You watch him climb back up. You hold your breath. The bomb touches the water. Half a second later, it explodes. A wave of muddy water pours onto the quay. Your car is now covered in brown splotches. We had 1 second to go. He offers his left hand. You saved our lives. I'm not sure that's true. Oh, yes, it is. Listen, I've got to run. It's a bit complicated to explain why, but let's just say this might seem weird, but the police are corrupted to the core. You try not to burst out laughing. Oh, really? He smirks. It's hard to tell with you. I never know whether you're being sarcastic or not. Here. Another handshake. This time he slips you cash. Good luck. He starts running. In 3 strides, he crosses the deserted street and disappears down an alley. You grin. A siren in the distance makes you raise your head. You decide to clear out before the police start sticking their noses into your night. Well, yes, the bomb did just go off. It's to be expected. €50. I'll take him. Who is this here? Right, yeah, and it auto... You get off my lap. You know more about your clients. Piero told you he was gay. I missed that first one because I was moving the cat. We lost $200. I don't think we even made... We didn't make $200. Jesus, this is such a grind. Piero threw up, true. God, we have to really just bring in the fares just to make up the money. He threw up again. Advised Piero to talk to his colleagues. Drop Piero off with his colleagues. We met Alicia. Oh, yeah. The weird poet. Alicia taught you what a billabong is. All the relevant information we need. Finished her poem in Billabong, yes. You've met Claudia. See, if she isn't the killer, which I suspect she isn't, it seems like she could be like a, you know, a nice person to like go out with. She told you about her military coup. You charmed Claudia. Met Ludovine. Ludovine Granger. Okay. Things didn't go so well at first with Ludovine. How could they? To be honest, you know what could you do to? You confessed to Ludovine you were on one of the killer's victims. Jim escaped. Oh. Okay. You helped Xavier. Yay. And that's that. Okay. Interesting. Take a few minutes to update your board with the new clues. Bus goes by, making the walls shake. Glance at your bed and get to work. Okay. Anything down here? No. Okay, so it's all up here still. No. Yeah, there she is. Okay, Claudia Campos. Why is he ruled out again? Is he dead? Oh, he is. That was... Right, okay, so the ones in yellow are the ones on the board. That's what I need to remember. I need to try and remember that. Okay. But we've kind of narrowed it down. It reckons it can only be one of two people, right? Because of the gun. Weapon choice, police and gun in the 70s. Weapon kept in good shape by a professional. Victim 2 killed in only spot without CCTV. So someone who knows about CCTV. Source cop. Okay. See, I don't know why we can move these around. I don't know what they mean, what it matters to them. Parents died during the junta. Yeah, we knew that anyway. Because, Killer fought with victim 3. Killer had wrinkles on their hands. Wait, how did we work that one out? Where did this come from? They had wrinkles on their hands. Source customer. Seen in a dream? So it's an old person. Retired cop who has a weapon that is the kind of weapon that killed people. Spent bullet case. No sign of eyes. Yeah, so it's kept in perfect condition. Victim 3 known to have tortured prisoners. Right, yeah, because the third victim was someone who would have been an enemy of hers. Okay, yeah. First 3 victim files not part of police leak. Okay. Because I keep forgetting these are all suspects, not the victim. That slightly confuses me for some reason. The killer is taller than 180 though. The police report for victim 1, killer's height is greater than 180. But none of these are they? No. So I don't see how that works. Victim 1, a molester never arrested. Offender of the terror case. Several molested kids in poor neighbourhoods. Right, yeah. So because they defended an unarrested molester. Okay. High heels? Well, yes. That would put, if she was wearing high heels, that would put her over the top. Because, yeah, I mean, if he's like 30... No, sorry, 10. Is 11 centimetres. I mean, that's like 4 inches shorter, isn't it? That's, you know, a decent length. Crime scene time is up. Linked to the process. Kernel of junta, the process. Right, okay, yeah, because the third victim was a colonel in the junta. The process was part of what he did. So they believe that the message left at the crime scene was related as to like a tie between those three things. Okay. Killer with wrinkles on their hands. Why is that tied to her? Why would she have wrinkles? She's not that old, surely. Yeah, lost in the process. Medical examiner? Maybe it's gloves? Maybe the rubber gloves look like wrinkles? Be a shame if it is her. I mean, be a shame if it's him. I don't think we've met this guy. But, interesting. Oh, so we can sort of highlight the ones... Okay. I can't turn that one on. God, how is written in else? Color rest of brain in a dream. I can't remember what happened to him. I know we met him a couple of times. I can't remember. Did he die? I just can't remember. Okay. So we're finding all these clues, but all of this here, none of this is really... So you know I keep saying, I don't know how we're meant to work this out. Is it just going to get to a point and I have to point a finger, sort of Cluedo style, where it's just like, I think given the evidence that this is who it is? Or are we going to reach a point where there is enough evidence that says, no, it has to be this person, because we've narrowed it down enough. So, I mean, it's close enough that it could be her because of the height if she's wearing high heels. The wrinkles could be because of rubber gloves, maybe. But she has tied to victim 3, but what about the others? Where did they come into it? Death equals execution style. Killer fought with victim 1. But who? Why? See, I don't know who victim 1 is. I can't remember. It doesn't really help, you know. Message to crime scene 2. You deserve this. Who was victim 2? Victim 2 killed in only spot without CCTV. Seen around homeless man is seen around crime scene 2 and 3. Meh. Spent bullet case. Killer knew the victims or researched them. Well, that's, you know, no sign of violence. No sign of violence, yet they fought with victim 1. 1 bullet in the neck. Victims killed with 1 bullet in the neck. Okay. Killer left message in chalk of first 3 crime scenes. So she has a link specifically to the third victim, but... Wait, so a cop said the height is greater. The autopsy report said the height is lower, so that's why that matters. Okay, so the height is irrelevant. So some of this is like... some of this information is just a red herring. Because it's bad sources. Okay. Well, that's night 5 done. Let's see what the next day brings, I guess. But we won't today, because that's going to be another, like, greater length of time for another night. With a heavy hand, you wipe your tired face. Slide open the sofa bed. Events of the day run through your head. And what a day. The streets, the passengers, their faces, their problems. And there's our autosave. You open one eye. You slept badly. Sometimes you're so tired you can't seem to get any rest. You'd like to understand how that's even possible. You get up quickly, and a few minutes later, you're outside of your studio. You consider a less stressful career in fast food? Yeah. I mean, we'll be calling her. I just want to have a quick look around. Right, so none of these people are suspects. So it's all just, at the moment, it's all just money making would be the idea, I guess. But yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that next time. Hopefully, get a little bit closer to the point. Right. So we'll call that there. Let me just. Exit out. There we go. Interesting. It's another day done. Some more wacky stories on the night shift of a taxi driver. Thank you for stream. No, thank you. Thank you for being here. We shall raid out. We'll raid out if it will let me raid this time. Let me just type that up and see what happens. We'll go out to the Rizalka, who is currently streaming. It looks like the end credits, but maybe she's going a little bit longer, or she might go back. I don't know if the Wanderer is with her. Maybe they'll swap over to his stream. So we'll try that and see what happens. Yes, it created a raid this time. It worked. I don't know why it didn't work last time. That's very thing. She's going to start the next one. Ah, she's still going. Excellent. Okay. Bonus. Right. Well, we are. Well, God, will be Thursday today. No guarantees I'll be back tomorrow, so it might be next week before we stream again. Just keep an eye out. There's the Discord or Twitter if you need any updates. Otherwise, yes, thank you all for being here. I appreciate the chat and the company. I think the stream has been now. Thank you, my fair. So yeah, have a good night, Toadis. Although I shall see you if you are going into Rizalka stream. And I hope your throat feels better soon, Azimuth. And yeah, thank you all for being here. And we will head out. I think that's all. Yeah, have a good night and good weekend. Take care of yourself. I will do. Thank you. You too. And yeah, have a good weekend. I'll catch you around on the internet somewhere, I'm sure. See you later, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Bye.